Oi, oi, oi. Oh, please, let's go up this hill. Almost there, yes! Woo! Woo! That part of that was helpful. Yeah. I'm so happy we did the mountain. Oi, oi, oi. Oh. Holy shit, man. Wow. Wow, guys. But wow. Wow. Whoa. Wow, 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 wow. Whoa, what the hell? Ingvar, what the fuck? Wow, 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 boys. Alright, you can go, guys. I'm here.
In November 2023, 5 guys from all over the world traveled to Portugal to embark on an adventure motorcycle tour with this guy, Diogo Guerra. Diogo is an off-road and adventure bike coach and a local guide here in Portugal, and he runs the YouTube channel Off-Road Of Course.
Smooth sailing. Ja.
Also taking part in the tour is Ingvar and Johannes, 2 Norwegian friends who's travelled many tours together, and Ingvar being famous for taking his Tenere 700 world rate to places it really shouldn't go, and Johannes being famous for having a very small bladder, and off the YouTube channel in his own name, Johannes Dalen. Our next tour member is Peter Frensemeyer, born in Germany but lived his whole life in Australia, and has clocked more than 500,000 kilometers on adventure bikes in his 60 years of life.
Nice. Yeah.
And last but not least, and in fact never last, is Stuart Twiss.
High five, Stuart.
He's 68 years old and probably the most inspiring adventure rider that I've ever met. And why that is, I'll tell you later. But for now, we'll start at the beginning, day 1. We start the first day of riding from Santarém. It's a city about an hour northeast of Lisbon, and it's Diogo's hometown and where we find his garage, and we each find a Honda CRF300 waiting for us here. The route today will take us from Santarém to Epilogue, which is no more than 160 kilometers, but we get a late start after having set up the bikes with luggage, and then we're off into the Portuguese remoteness. Always forgetting to turn this off. As we quickly find a steep little sandy hill, we clock in some training, and as it turns out, I get to coach Diogo actually in some old school photography.
Hvilken vej tager I ned? You can also do one, what you want, basically. As long as you don't touch anything else.
As long as you stand there and take the picture when they're there.
Sure, it's
yeah. Look good?
Yeah.
Was it good?
Very good. The thing is, this is not a digital camera, is it?
No.
So I took like 7 pictures.
Okay. And it's running up?
Yeah, like I didn't have one for you. Like.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the thing was buzzing, and I think it was like re-rolling the what's the name, like the...
Such a Gen Z.
Wow. Oh man, sorry, I thought it was
No,
digital.
don't worry, I have plenty of film. Fan, det är varmt.
Kan du høre meg, Daniel?
Nej, faktiskt inte.
Den så dårlig.
Day 1 offered dry weather, sunshine and a few breaks here and there. But since we got a late start, we needed to get to our destination before sunset. So after the little sandy hill, we just got on with the driving for the rest of the day. The first day of riding in a group is where you establish the foundation for the rest of the tour. You'll find out your level of skills compared to the other riders in the group, and hereby your role and responsibility to the other riders. I myself is a bit of a rookie. I didn't get my driver's license before June 2022, but my background with mountain bikes and a bit of motocross as a kid, and the miles I've put in off-road since getting my license, made it possible to fit in a group of more veteran riders like everybody else on this tour. Good to go? Yeah. Perfect spot to turn on the GoPro. Beautiful. Look at the color of those trees out there over there. Wow. Yeah, how did you... I'm gonna go up here as well, Diogo. Oh, hang on guys, hang on. Okay, good. We established a corner system where you are always responsible for the guy behind you, meaning that at a crossroad you make sure the rider behind you is aware of the turn that you're making. And never overtake someone unless you're 100% sure the guy in front of you is aware of you overtaking him. When you're riding along at fairly high speeds on gravel and dirt roads, you might switch tracks left or right to avoid potholes or ruts. And knowing someone is not going to overtake you right at that moment is a great security, and it minimizes the chance of having a bad crash.
was a good hill. Nice, Diogo. But it's a beautiful wheelie. I would be happy to do a wheelie like that. Do one more if you get the chance. I can get you on camera here, Diogo. I'll stay here to the left of you, right behind you. Yeah. Oh, I should have known that went badly. Oh, not good. Oh. Nice. I was actually quite thirsty, so.
And there we are. With a big splash, the first day of our Portugal tour was over. As dusk began, we rolled into Belvia, which is banked on the Tau River, just as Santarém is, where we started. The route today consisted mainly of Diogo's own tracks, but also the Portuguese ACT or Adventure Country tracks. Belvia is a sleepy little town where the locals fish in the river and restaurants are few and scarce, but we managed to find us an amazing dinner accompanied by wine and the Portuguese aquadent, or as it translates directly, firewater. The next few days we'll ride north towards the highest peak in mainland Portugal. Day 2 of our tour goes from Belvia to a town just south of the Serra da Estrela, which is the highest peak in mainland Portugal and sits at an altitude of 1,993 meters. The route today will take us upwards for more than 5,200 meters of altitude, and there's a lot of climbing and descending ahead of us. But we set off driving through fog and clouds near Belvia, which gave us a very fogged up GoPro lens and some questionable images for the biggest water crossing of our tour.
Still have dry boots as well. Amazing. Go Stuart! Awesome. Yeah? And my feet are completely dry. That all on film? Yeah. Got it here. Yeah.
We drove on for a bit with fog and clouds, but it was soon to clear up, and Diogo managed to find time to give us a little crash course on how to make a riding style look, well, a bit less effortless.
You're on video right now, Diogo, and you look too easy sitting down. It's much better. Amazing. Yes, exactly. Yeah, exactly. And pump, yeah. Oh, he's turning around. I'm gonna get the turn on camera. Smooth sailing. You did better than me, Diogo, that's for sure.
And with that, let's cue some music and get on with the climbing and descending.
Yeah. So Diogo, are you in second gear now or third gear for this?
As I've mentioned, we did more than 5,200 meters of altitude of climbing, but we also did 3,800 meters of altitude of descending. So looking at the route profile, we can conclude that there was many highs, and at least also in terms of altitude, also a lot of lows. Driving wise though, it was only highs.
Everybody still with us? Again? What the fuck? Something is wrong. It's a good shot, Ingvar. have to say, Ingvar, I love your approach to the equipment. It's just as long as it doesn't have pedals. Oh, I'm glad I had a safe distance from you, otherwise I would have been drenched. We can lift, if we help each other, we can lift and drag it to the side. I'm sure of it. It's not that heavy.
Anyone up there?
Yeah, we'll just do the same. Okay, but let me remove the bike.
Yeah.
No gear indicator? No. That's the way to do it. We have one more up here.
Oh, there's another one immediately there. Looks like an easier job.
Yeah.
You just have to mark this street.
Which is, it seems like not a mistake that there's so many trees here.
Or I think we might be able to break it if we...
Yeah, it's breaking. It's doing something at least.
But if one person just lifts here, we'll get under it.
Okay. Hang on.
I'm short, I'm not Johannes. I'm more adventure sized.
You're more adventure sized for going under trees. That was a good little YouTube segment. I got it.
On a long day of travel, clocking many kilometers, and with 6 people that needs breaks once in a while, Johannes twice as many piss breaks as everybody else, of course. You often feel like you're just plowing through the landscape, trying to take in as much as possible without losing your focus on the road surface and direction. But once in a while something comes along that will feel just like a playground, and it doesn't matter if you're behind schedule, you'll just have to go for it.
Oh, please, let's go up this hill. Are we going up that one? Or is it not that one? Yeah, I'm gonna... Not at all. I did it in third gear. Second gear descent. Yeah. Of course. But wow, this is the best hill climb descent I've ever done. Wow. That was awesome. But loads of force. Go, go, go. No. Fucking hell. Awesome. Wait 1 second, I'll get the camera out and take a few pictures when you go down. Are you going up, Diogo, or you're staying in the middle? Okay, yeah, good. No, not at all. I am ready, Ingvar. Right close past me, Diogo. That was an awesome playground of today.
The rest of the day we continued upwards, on technical small tracks and then on faster bigger tracks made for transporting equipment to the windmill parks that is so often seen here in the hills of Portugal, sloping along the ridge. And for me at least, it's quite a spectacle, riding along a ridge with amazing views over the landscape and with the massive turbines just plugging along, towering the road like skyscrapers. And just when you thought the views couldn't get any better, well, they did. all here, driving with good mates. The sun is setting behind you and draws long and sharp shadows. The adrenaline and endorphin is kicking in, and the tracks are fast and flowy. It's the perfect recipe to make it impossible not to take part in a bit of racing. So we did. After we had had our fun, the last stretch of the route for day 2 was a 20-kilometer steep uphill to a town just south of Serra da Estrela. The road there consisted mostly of tarmac, taking us from 400 meters above sea level to more than 1600 meters above sea level. So we regrouped and we put on an extra layer and we drove towards the hotel. But on our way there though, one last breathtaking view was waiting for us in the setting sun.
I have to get one. I'll do it real quick.
And there it is, the end of day 2. When Diogo was planning out the tour, he wrote to us that the weather forecast didn't look too good, and asked if we still wanted to go to the mountains because it might be cold. My immediate response was yes, and I couldn't have been happier about that decision. We had amazing weather despite the forecast, and driving in the mountains with all the climbs and descents not only offer the best and most fun roads to drive, but also views that will stay with me for a very, very long time. And the following day only cemented how good of a decision it was to go to the mountains.
Yes, let's do it.
The next morning we woke up to clear blue skies. We geared up and we got on our way. The previous night we had met 2 riders at the hotel. John from the UK, who's been travelling around Portugal on his Royal Enfield for 2 months, and his Portuguese friend Nuno on a GS 1200. They had joined us for dinner and they accompanied us for the first leg of the day, which would take us to the highest point in mainland Portugal, Serra da Estrela.
perfect. Only one, and he's taking a piss, so holy shit, man. Yeah, it really was. No. Bye, John. Nice to meet you guys.
We left our new fellow rider friends on a plain just north of Serra da Estrela, and we started our route that would end up in the small city of Goiás. A total distance of 195 kilometers, at first going north, which was as far north as we would go on the entire trip, before turning southwest for the remainder of the day.
Rundt. Skal vi køre ned og vende, hvor Diogo er? We're just coming back, Stuart. Yeah. Okay, no worries. Dun, 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 dun. .250L, the unstoppable power. Just leave a little bit space, guys, so we don't need to stop on the top here. Yeah, perfect.
There is an endless amount of trails in this area, but once we've located the right direction, we drove through plains sloping the mountain range, and the landscape shifted as we went down and up above the tree line. Some areas were leafy and autumn brown, some more dry and barren. We had plenty of time on the cardo discussing suspension and tires, or what weapon would you choose for ourselves and our opponent had we lived in medieval times. And for some reason Diogo would consider all answers wrong unless you chose a lance for your opponent. Make sense? No. Well, not to me either, so I'll shut up about it and cue some music and leave the cardo talk, which is ADV slang for pillow talk, and leave you with the views. Hey cardo, music on.
Go ahead, Ingvar. I did. Nice, Ingvar. I got that on tape. Oh, again, no, my goodness. You can't let your mind rest for a second, Ingvar. It's off-road lesson number 1. Happy we did the mountain. A jump. one-handed Diogo. Wow. Little jump. Hey, is this where you had your crash? Okay. It just looks very much like this.
Once in a while, a stretch of road comes up that is so good it doesn't need any edit, music or commentary, and this is one of them. But I will say this. The guy in front of the group here, in the yellow high visibility cape, that's Stuart. Remember I had to tell you why I think Stuart is one of the most inspiring adventure riders that I've ever met? We'll get to that soon, but just watch me here try and catch up to him.
I can't keep up with yours. Yeah.
So as you could see, I couldn't catch up to Stuart in the front. In fact, I kept falling further back. And that's because Stuart has driven across North America on an adventure bike. He's driven through Bolivia. And this year is his 9th year in a row driving with Diogo in Portugal, whereas I have only clocked around 15,000 kilometers off-road since June 2022, when I got my license. He's a veteran, and I'm a rookie. But for some years ago, Stuart had spinal surgery due to a cyst, which has caused him limited mobility in his legs, especially when walking uphill or up a flight of stairs, or getting his legs over the bike, or putting his feet on the ground when he's on the bike. But he isn't fazed and he isn't scared, whereas me, even with my ability to put my feet down and carry the weight of me on the bike, going up or down stuff like this, it makes me scared. Imagine doing it when you know you can't dab your way out of problems. You can't put weight on your legs because they will not hold it up. This is what Stuart is doing, and he does it with a smile, with a laugh, and with a tenacity and a love for driving his bike. His limited movement of his legs is sure as hell not going to stop him from being on a bike. 68 years young, in sunny Portugal, enjoying life as much as possible. Seeing all there is to see and being a happier man thereof. And I really try to put all this out there without being patronizing, but Stuart is and should be an inspiration to everyone.
It's quite challenging.
You might have challenges, but if you go for it and you do what you love doing, life is better, and it's worth more, and it means more, and it will make you smile more.
Are you sure? Are you sure? You need to ask Stuart. I mean, on this track, I'm happy that I can put my foot down properly, and if I couldn't do that, I would feel, nah, probably not. What is Stuart saying? Is this? Are we going down all the way and then up, or? Ingvar, can you wait? Can you wait for me a little bit? Is it too risky? Yeah, I think I'll skip it then as well. I'll go back with Stuart and Diogo, I think. Maybe Stuart needs help turning. Do you guys need help? Me to help? We stopped in good time. It's not too far to get up, but the only problem is that the steward needs to walk up, and it's not very good for him. You're digging yourself in. Do you need me to come and push or something? Stuart, how are you doing?
Yay!
Stuart, what are you... Can you walk up this, or do you need to drive up?
I'll drive, I think.
I'm sorry, I can't get off, so maybe wait of getting up until Diogo's here, and then he can track back with you walking up. So if you get in trouble, he will be there. I feel like if I let go of the brakes now, I'm gonna slide backwards.
Are you going on now?
No, I'll stay here. And then Diogo is coming back. He's bringing up your bike.
Think you can go?
Yeah, but I think Stuart may prefer. No, I think I'm good. Trying. I just wanted to not get in that rut you were just in.
Yeah.
But Stuart needs help with this.
You can crawl. You can crawl up.
I think he prefers to drive.
You'll try to drive
instead of walking.
Okay. Oh, I think you can manage it. It's not harder than what we did before. So the problem is the standing stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I'll just push a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, for fuck's sake! Ah, I'll try and get out. I have. Hang on. Okay. I do need to align the front wheel.
You almost have an ice slide. That's the one thing that cannot happen. Thank you. There you go.
All right.
So you think
have a lean here,
yeah.
Stuart,
yeah.
and get your breath back.
Thank you.
And then from here, it's going to be very easy once the bike is here. Then it's just smooth sailing all the way.
Good.
High five, Stuart. All right, Diogo, I'm going to film you do this hill climb. That's it, Diogo. Oh, but now he's going all the way up.
No, no, that's fine.
All right.
So if you come ahead of me,
Yeah.
and then I'll hold
Okay.
on me.
Yeah.
That's good. Go up. There we go. The other way.
That's good there.
Okay. And on this side is quite high.
Yeah.
I'll be behind you.
I'm surprised with these tires. Like I had an easier time with these ones that are.
Is it a D660? No, it's a Meter V7.
Is it easy to get off this?
No, I can get on maybe. I've got people down here. It'll be good.
I've got the bike. Diego has the bike. I'll be behind you. And Diego can lift your foot if he has to. I'm getting sweat on the inside of my goggles.
Wow. Probably they will say, no, after the turn was easy all the way down.
Or maybe they'll say, no, that was a very good choice. I think already we made the right choice. We should have checked, maybe scouted just a few hundred meters
Yeah,
before going in.
not cocky because we were so successful.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe use the peg or on this side.
I'm gonna swing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna guide you.
I'll be behind you.
I
Perfect.
must keep my face.
Good, Stuart.
Okay, we're gonna give you the initial push.
This is your bike, yeah?
First gear. Yeah, keep going, Stuart. Keep going, keep going. Fantastic.
And here he is again, ahead of me. The high visibility cape wearing hero, plodding along uphill with the rest of us, towards the most amazing ending to day 3. The last little ridge top drive in the sunset before we reach Gorge, our goal for today.
use... Whoa! What the hell? Ingvar, what the fuck? Little shortcut, god damn it. How did you even see that shortcut, Ingvar? I did not see that. Fucking love it. And if this is the way home, it's fine by me.
By the time we drove off the last ridge, it was pitch black. We drove into Gorge in the dark and we settled into the hotel and went straight to dinner. The track today, combined with the weather we had, made for one of the best days on the bike I can remember. Seeing parts of Portugal like this is really only possible on a bike. It allows you to go places you otherwise couldn't have, visit areas untouched or deemed not interesting in the tourist guide. And this is what I love most about riding adventure bikes. You get to see the world as it is, with your mates, while you're driving your bike in the most amazing sunset you'll have ever seen. Day 4 starts with another strike of luck. Amazing weather and clear skies, at least above the skies, where we were.
Holy Moses, this is even better than before, guys. Like, insane. Here we are. This does it.
The route today will take us from Gorge to Fatima, but we have decided to split up in 2 groups after the first 30 kilometers. Ingvar, Johannes and myself will follow the TET or Trans-European Trail all day, and the rest of the group will switch to Diogo's tracks that goes more directly towards Fatima.
Okay, yeah, sounds good. Oi. Er det på den detour der? He can't hear you. Er det okay? Ja. Okay. Ja. Ja. Taking the wet line. Look at me up here in the dry line. Not a splash. Yeah. So far so good. The TET is great. It's a great track. I would still be fine on my T7. I think maybe probably only the very steep or high descents is what scares me because of the weight. I don't know. It doesn't look like it. Wow, great tracks, super nice tracks. Holy smoke, are you leading us into the clouds? we can't go down there, right? That's just we go into the houses. Well, there's houses, so there must be a road to the left of us, right down there. Are you going down that way? That looks sketchy from where I am. I need to have a look first. Can I circle around it? Yeah, I'm not doing stairs, mate. Yeah. Maybe let's do one bike at a time, Johannes?
In first gear because then you can brake your...
Watch the engine. Watch the engine. Need to let it go a little bit. Okay, and try to hold on here. I'm just keeping a hand on it. That rock was not.
Imagine how they... Okay, we got right on the track.
You're stuck with the engine guard. Okay, where do you need me to be somewhere? That's the long drop off.
Ja, jeg har den. Takk Daniel, jeg har den. Da triller vi ned.
Ja.
Takk, jeg har den.
Big dump.
This-
Just go for it. Just go for it.
This guy is wondering what
Yeah.
he's doing.
Ja, du må gerne tage den. Men vi kommer ned til trapperne. Så får du taget den.
Flott.
Jeg slukker den.
Ja, skal jeg ta den?
Ja tak.
Ja.
Ja tak.
Jeg har sykkelen.
Jeg har bremsen.
Ja, jeg skal bare komme meg på siden.
Ja, jeg har bremsen.
Flott, takk. Skal vi se, jeg har den.
Ja.
Skal vi prøve å trappe det i da?
Så prøver jeg bare at holde bagpå, ikke?
Ja.
Og så mere lige nedenfor. Det må få skrå før.
Det er bra det ikke er en T-sur.
Ja.
Bra tatt der. Eller en GS. Vi har jo vært litt i lignende situasjoner med T-sur. Det blir jo bare kaos. Det blir jo bare fint.
Jeg gjør det bare så peger på deg og gjør så.
Ja. Sånn.
Organizations.
Ja.
They organize stuff.
Organize, yeah. Teamwork.
Ja.
Teamwork. Okay?
All good? Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
Obrigado.
Just one minute before you said, how would you find on my T70?
Yeah, exactly. I guess. Yeah, it looks amazing. Driving into the cloud. In March this year, the Trans-European Trail introduced a complete remake of the Portugal route. Maybe the previous route was too similar to the ACT, and the linesman simply wanted to do something different for the TET.
The new route zigzags more. It goes through new areas and its technical difficulty has been upped by a lot. It's here you go if you love riding enduro tracks once in a while, and it's not especially made to get you from A to B in any time soon.
But my balance is just better. I didn't need traction. The bike was in. I could feel I have more to give. Then I would rather have the balance. Are you going straight? Yeah, I can see your traction. I'm passing a red car now. Oh, there you are. We're stopping now, Johannes. Oh, this guy is... he would kill... no, he was happy because he wanted to eat us. This one, for example, I wouldn't take the middle. I'll just keep it here. Well, that was fun. Diogo mentioned some of the big puddles that we went through on the first day, or he went around. He said some of them could easily be up to half a meter deep, so keep that in mind, Mr. Well, I'm behind you, so you go for it. But yeah. Can I cross the 4? You can go. I'll try and get through here. Rock and rocks. On the left? Okay. All the way up on the left bank, or? Yeah. No problemos. And then into the bucket. Everybody good? Good fun. I was doing exactly the same. Get that mud off. Step down her. Hold højre side der, Johannes. Ja, stå til højre. Look at that. Fan i helvete.
The observant viewer might wonder why Ingvar, Johannes and I are sometimes speaking Danish and Norwegian, and sometimes English. Well, Danish and Norwegian are very similar languages, maybe like Irish and British. But even though the new cardos are very clear, when you're driving trying to mix Danish and Norwegian, it's a bit too much of an ask. So we settled for English, and whenever we're close enough to speak more plainly, we could manage in our Scandinavian mother tongues.
This is the rocky climb. Ja. Ja, nice.
Skal vi gå op og se, eller?
Ja, lad os gå op og kigge. Ja, okay. Uphill, Johannes. Hvad så? Skal vi ikke komme den vej, eller hvad? Er det opad? Oj, oj, oj. Det ligner et first gear problem. Okay, Ingvar, du tager den bare til toppen, og så siger du, om det er godt. Eller om du skal komme ned og tage min cykel også. Ja, okay. Ja, det går greit. Men jeg kommer til at trække. Jeg kommer til at behøve hjælp her. Ja. Men du skal holde dig i højre spor så. Okay. Ui. Kan du ramme første gear, Ingvar? Nej.
Jo.
Okay. Ja.
Ja.
Ja, men om bare Ingvar skubber bagpå. Ja, ikke? Nej, det kommer... Okay, så gør du det.
Ja, ta stoppen.
Ja.
Men hadde du den i andre gear, du?
Ja, første gear.
Første gear.
Ja, men jeg røg bare op
Ja.
og slap gassen. Jeg var ikke...
Ja,
Er du klar? Skal jeg lige stå bagved og skubbe lidt?
Godt stykke arbeid.
Oi.
Sånn skal ha det. Ja, bra.
Ja.
Får vi opp temperaturen litt.
Sådan der. Jeg skal lige have luften et sekund.
And here comes all the excuses.
My front wheel just kicked off into the middle and then to the right, and then I came off. Or I could still feel that it started slipping, and then I just needed to lay it down so it wouldn't roll down. Very nice track in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, amazing and beautiful and authentic, and nobody fucking goes here. This is what we came here for, basically. Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes riding with better and more experienced riders than you can help you overcome some of your physical and mental barriers. Having Ingvar and Johannes to help me and guide me throughout this day, tackling stuff I maybe otherwise would have skipped, was such a pleasure and improved my skills and increased my confidence immensely.
That wasn't too bad, there was traction. Oi. I think it's fine. have better control standing up. Yeah, all good. Traction was okay. We could find something interesting in this. Once we meet one of those hills with green moss on top, then we're fucked.
The entire length of the new TET route in Portugal is almost 2,300 kilometers. As you can see on the map, it goes everything but in a straight line. How much time you would need to drive all of the Portuguese TET is all dependent on your level of skills. But if you like to drive and also enjoy the view and stop to take pictures and have small breaks once in a while, I struggle to see how you can drive more than 200 kilometers per day, which would mean that you would have to spend somewhere around 12 days to ride the whole TET. This to me is a definite bucket list adventure, and possibly already for 2024.
Ja, tak. Måske skal jeg tage første gear. Nej, han bremser ingenting. Ja. Perfekt spore. Oj. Kommer mere. Den er... Altså prøv at se hvor lav den er, den cykel her. Jeg kan næsten ikke nå op med benene. Ja. Mudder med på forsiden her. De er da ikke så slemt til forhjul, Johannes. Men okay, dit baghjul, prøv at se.
Der er sjovt for det, ikke?
Ja.
Payback for Baltikum.
Jeg gjorde ingenting på Baltikum.
Jo, det gjorde du. Du tokna mig sammen og gjorde.
Men Johannes, du har jævligt meget build-up her.
Jeg har da.
Ja.
Nu må vi bare køre. En luring.
Ja, skal vi lige gøre det samme? Nej, tak for det. Ja, nej, det er fint. Det er tørt, det gør ikke noget. Ja. får vi flytte. Kan vi ikke Nej. Ja, det gør vi. Okay, interesting.
The new TET track was an amazing experience. As you heard, we all agreed you could take a T7 here, no problem, despite it being definitely technical. You'll need some courage, a few good friends, and an appetite for the rough stuff, for some of the sections at least. But those hard sections we stumbled upon can also quite easily be skipped if you feel out of your comfort zone. We did a total of 170 kilometers, and it took us about 9 hours to do so. Day 4 overall was all about the tracks. The views weren't as spectacular, but the tracks made up for that in abundance, and I will definitely make more time for riding the TET for my next Portugal adventure. Day 5, our last day of riding in Portugal. Fatigue has set in and also the slight melancholy of something ending. We start out in Fatima and are driving towards Nazaré before we turn southeast and drive to our final destination, Santarém. The highlight of today is the drive towards the coast, towards one of the biggest sand dunes in Portugal. But on the way there, we used some random DMD2 tracks that took us on some tricky trails before we got to the coast.
Second gear, guys.
On this tour, we developed a certain probe system. In the spirit of teamwork, we sent Johannes or Ingvar ahead in tricky situations to scout whether a certain section is best avoided for riders of the group with less Poltara skills.
Ingvar, can we help Stuart turn the bike? I'll go with Stuart. I'll turn my bike around, Stuart, and I'll just stay there before you try and get off. We'll just help you. Okay, Stuart, can you get off like this? Sure. I got the bike here, I'm holding it, so don't worry too much about brake or anything. Good, Stuart, good. I'll give you a little push, Ingvar. 3, 2, 1, go! Further up, yeah.
There was plenty of playground before we got to the actual playground of day 5, the sand dunes.
otherwise I'll crash into Stuart. Ja. Inte stanna! Oh. Thanks, Slapper.
Driving in deep sand is a first for me, so Johannes and Ingvar gave me some tips. Apparently starting with dumping the clutch in second gear and getting up to a stand and putting your weight as far back as possible while standing is the trick to build up speed in sand. As you will see, I need more practice with this before taking on Morocco.
Yeah. Well, good job, Ingvar. This is as far as I got. Awesome. Yeah, without getting stuck. I'm feeling like digging myself in. Yeah. Second gear. Yeah. Good job. Good job. I'll try and put it on the side. Yeah. I just wanted to get out of the digging hole. Go on, little son, go on. How did you build up that speed again? Whew. I'm in third gear.
We left the sand and the playground and we drove towards Nazaré, the small town now so famous for the biggest waves in the world, especially after the amazing HBO documentary, 100-Foot Wave. We stopped for a very long lunch, and due to a slight GoPro problem, all the footage I got from Nazaré was still images.
Cross freeze or something, yeah.
After our long and late lunch, we set off towards Santarém, a drive mostly remembered for the mixed feeling of fatigue, gratitude, and a bit of sentimentality. Our last stop. After reaching Santarém, we drove into the local car wash and we washed the bikes. We washed away every little bit of sediment we had picked up from our trip to the summit and to the sea. There was mud, there was sand, there was gravel, and there was rocks, and fortunately, very little tarmac. In total, we drove nearly 1,000 kilometers. Not much really for a 5-day ride, but we drove from sunrise to sunset every day. This trip had it all. First of all, fellowship. Our group, despite being age-wise very mixed, was in total harmony. We drove as a team. We helped each other. Driving with a team like this really only has benefits. You can tackle on terrain knowing there'll be friends to help you out of a ditch. You can share the amazing views and share all the laughs while driving. And at the end of it all, you can share all the memories. Together we got to experience the Portugal less scene. We got to escape the Northern Hemisphere for a winter drive in Portugal, often without a jacket, in 25 degrees. We got to spend some of November driving on amazing roads with amazing views, all while enjoying how early winter can be in Portugal. We saw the most amazing sunrises and sunsets, and we also got to drive in them, which is a very unique feeling and experience, especially sunset. After a 10-hour day on the bike, the fulfillment and enjoyment of riding to your destination in views like this is hard to beat.
Alright, you can go, guys. I'm here.
In other words, this trip made it very hard to go home and very, very easy to go back. If you've made it this far, thank you. I know it's a very, very long YouTube film, but this is how it ended up. I couldn't kill my darlings. If you like this video, you know the drill. Help this new channel out by hitting the thumbs up and subscribe. It really does help. And please go visit the YouTube channel Off-Road Off Course and reach out to Diogo if you want to go on a trip like this. He's more a mate than a guide, despite the fact that he is a very, very good guide and host. And he'll take you through this amazing country and leave you with a love for Portugal that will make you spend all your time and money to come back. And all there's left to say now is boa noite and obrigado.
That's it.
I just need to pack up.